Hello, my name is Chris Legness and I'm 42 years old from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I smoked cigarettes for around 27 years and wanted to share my story. I started smoking when I was 15, and the only time that I was able to put down real cigarettes was during boot camp for 2 months and for about a year and a half when I replaced cigarettes with dipping. A good long-time friend of mine named Paul and I met at a MEP station in Montgomery, Alabama. We were both joining the Navy, and we flew together to Orlando for boot camp, Orlando, Florida. We shared a pack of Marlboros while we waited for the plane, which was like a long time. I quit for boot camp, and I was stupid enough to start back right when I got out of boot camp, and well, continued to smoke for a long time. About 7 years ago, I also successfully put down cigarettes and picked up dipping instead. Both, in my opinion, just about as nasty, but anyway, I was doing just the skull pouches, which was a lot cleaner, not as nasty for me. I'm not really a dipper, but it worked for a year and a half. I was writing about the mobile industry, and I got invited to Hollywood by SanDisk for a private press event that featured Linkin Park, Common, Z-Trip, Crystal Method, and some other awesome bands. But I was watching Linkin Park at the Key Club, and I ran out of pouches after they got done playing. I went out to 3 or 4 7-Eleven types of convenience stores and couldn't find any skull pouches. I found some Copenhagen or regular skull, but not any pouches. So I ended up buying a pack of Newports, and well, a year and a half of quitting was negated right there. So about 4 years ago, I went to CES in Las Vegas to cover the event for the mobile side of it, and I swung by some e-cigarette vendors and got some samples and some press kits, and I tried a few of them. That was about 4 years ago. They were Cigalites that I tried, and they were awful. I just couldn't. I mean, it totally ruined me. I couldn't smoke them at all, so I kind of had a bad first impression of e-cigarettes. Well, about 2 or 3 years ago, a friend of mine got into e-cigarettes, and I find out now, I understand now that he was on to a more advanced e-cigarette than the Cigalites. He was trying to talk me into giving it a whirl, but because of my experience in the past, I couldn't get with it. So he was getting ready to open a shop, which he opened up a year and a half ago in Memphis, Tennessee. But I had explained my earlier experience with e-cigarettes to him and told him I wasn't interested in even talking to him about it. So he didn't push me, and well, he ended up opening a store, and well, I haven't been to it, which I'd like to, but he's doing really well and helping a lot of people, and I love it. So he tried to also explain to me that the e-cigarettes that I tried weren't the same thing he was doing. But anyway, fast forward to about 52 days ago. Yeah, it's 52 days today. I ran into a friend of mine at work, and he told me about how he was using e-cigarettes now, and he's gone 3 months. He had gone 3 months without smoking, period. And I was thinking this guy smoked just as much, if not more, than I did. If he can go for 3 months, I might have to give it another try. So I decided I'd call my friend up in Memphis and get him to give me a quick primer on what I needed to get started. And he took some info from me and kind of suggested what he thinks I would have liked to have gotten. And he did a really good job. I went ahead and, after I got a phone with him, went to the local vape shop, explained to them what I wanted to do, and the owner of that shop pretty much gave me some of the same suggestions my friend did, so I felt like I could trust him, just fine, and went ahead and bought some gear and moved along, and that was the last day I smoked. I haven't had one cigarette since, and I haven't even had a desire for an analog since. So the first day in that vape store here locally in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, I bought the Anakin MVP2, a couple tanks, and 4 bottles of e-liquid. 52 days later, I have a ton of gear now, and I use almost all of it. This is my favorite device right now, and it's the Sigelli 20 watt with a Nautilus tank on top, variable watt. The first one I got was this, the MVP2. Then I wanted to get into dripping, and I really didn't like the experience initially. I got a Stingray clone with a clone Nimbus drip. Then I got one of these, which is what I probably should have started with. Start with just a regular. This is a vision spinner with, you know. Anyway, I bought my wife this, which she didn't want to try, so now it's mine. And just 2 days ago, on my 50th vaporversary, 50-day vaporversary, I guess, I got this bad boy here, and I really like this. This is the Black Sumod with a sticking button right now I need to look at. That's not safe. But anyway, this is what I'll use most of the time because I drive a lot at work. So anyway, what I've been doing in the community, I wanted to get involved in the community, and about a month ago I decided to, you know, step up. And well, since I started, after a week after I started trying to help people get off of smoking and onto e-cigarettes, but I'll explain that in a minute. I'm going to move my camera and show you what I do. I've joined CASA, I've joined the Vaping Militia, and I've also created a website, more of a blog right now, called myvaporsite.com, where I'm going to also have a brick and mortar directory of vapor brick and mortars, and a database of gear. And right now it's mostly blogs, but it'll, you know, reviews, all that kind of stuff. So hope to stay smoke free and celebrate many more birthdays. And in helping other people, I've put this kit together right here, which I'll move my camera and show you. This is my vape box I put together, and if you'll see up here at the top, those the little Aspire BDCs up there, I've got 12 of those, and there's not 12 of them in there right now, but they're all labeled. And with each label, I have a flavor associated with it, and I have some condoms that you can put on the end of the drip or the tips, and let people try different flavors to try to get them to find something that they like, so they could maybe give it a shot. And I've given away a few batteries, mostly ego kind of stuff, a couple Anakin Leos, and trying to get people to get off. So that's pretty much my story. My name is Chris Legness, and I am proof.